Hey there guys, welcome back. In the last lecture, we saw the case where we were able to get the output for both positive and negative numbers. But there we found a bug in our code that if a number is 0, then we were getting 0 is negative. So let's fix this bug. We have seen one more keyword in the keyword list which we haven't used yet. It is Elif. Elif is the short for else if. So let's see what is Elif. Elif allows us to check for multiple expressions. We use Elif after if and before else, and we can have multiple Elif blocks. So if the condition for if is false, then it checks the condition for next Elif block. If all the conditions are false, the body of else is executed. And remember, only one block among all if, elif and else is executed according to the condition. Whose condition will be correct? Only that block will be executed. So let's see with the help of diagram. And this diagram is for if, elif and else. Suppose this is our normal code execution, and at this point we have some condition. After that we have two choices based on the result. If the condition is true, then we will go inside if block and the statements inside if will be executed. And after the if code execution, remaining code flow will resume. And if the condition is false, then we will go inside elif block. Here the condition is checked. If that condition is true, then we will go to the body of elif and the statements are executed. And after it, the remaining code execution will resume. If the condition is false, then we will go to else block and the statements inside else block will be executed. And then the remaining code execution will begin. So here how we can use this concept to our code. Let's see. If we have a positive number, then we will print number is positive. If the number is negative, then we will print number is negative. And if we have a 0, then we will print number is 0. Here we have three conditions, okay? So let's see in code. Making new example, e.py num is equal to int input, enter any number, and if num is greater than 0, then print num is positive. If num is less than 0, print num is negative. And else will run when num is neither negative nor positive. So print num is 0. Now let's run. Enter any number, let's say 50. 50 is positive, okay? Now let's try again. This time minus 80. Minus 80 is negative, okay? Till now our output is correct. Now let's try for one more time. This time I will write 0. Number is 0, awesome. See, now our code is working properly, alright? Now let's see a few examples on if, elif and else. So example 1. Take a value marks from user and identify if the student passes with distinction, first division, second division, third division, or the student fails. The condition for marks are as follows. If marks are greater than or equal to 75, then distinction. If marks are greater than or equal to 60, then first division. If marks are greater than or equal to 45, then second division. If marks are greater than or equal to 33, then third division. And if less than 33, then the student is failed. Okay, so pause the video right here and try it yourself. So, were you successful? Let's see the solution. New example, f.py. So firstly we have to take a value marks from user So we'll use input function to take the input from user, input, enter the marks of student, and we will name this variable marks. Also we'll convert it to int. And now we'll use if-else. The conditions are given right here, so I'll write if marks greater than equal to 75, then print distinction. Elif marks greater than equal to 60, print first division. And as I told you, we can use multiple elif blocks, so here we'll use elif for the remaining conditions. And at last, if there is some other case except these, then the student is failed. So we'll write else print fail. Let's check for different marks. Running f.py. Okay, so enter the marks of student. Let's say 99 and press enter. Distinction. Okay. Now let's check for other number. 68. First division. Okay. One more time. 56. Second division. And again 34. Third division. And for 21. Fail. Okay, so I guess all the cases are working perfectly fine. Here we assume that our marks ranges from 0 to 100. But we can't trust our end user for anything. He is open to enter any value of his choice. So we have to restrict him to use the values for which our cases work. So we have to use nested if here. Nested if means if inside if. So try this case yourself. I'll although tell the solution in the next video, but let me give you a hint. We have these conditions for marking a student, but we want these conditions to work only if the marks lie between 0 and 100. So before coming to this part, we have to make sure that our marks lie between 0 and 100. So outside this if, we have to make another if that will ensure that marks lie between 0 and 100. Okay. So try it yourself. And now let's jump to the next example. It is, you have to take the values of length and breadth of a rectangle from user and check if it is a square or not. Okay. So pause the video right here and try it yourself. It is a simple problem. So, were you successful? Let's see. Making new example g.py. We have to take length and breadth from user. So length is equal to int input, and let's pass the message enter the length, and breadth is equal to int input enter the breadth. And now we have to check if it is a square or not. So what is the property of a square? All the sides of square are equal, means length and breadth are equal. Here we have to check whether a rectangle formed by our sides is a square or not. So we'll check if length equal to breadth, then print yes, it is a square. Else print no, it is not a square. Let's see running g.py. Here let the length be 12 and hit enter, and breadth let's say 12 and hit enter again. See, yes, it is a square. Okay, so our rectangle is a square. Let's check for one more time. This time 90 and hit enter, and breadth 80 and again hit enter. No, it is not square. Okay, so we are getting the correct output. Okay. So here's a task for you. You have to write a program to check if a year is a leap year or not. A leap year is exactly divisible by 4 except for century years, that is, years ending with 00. The century year is a leap year only if it is perfectly divisible by 400. This question is often asked in technical interviews of many companies like TCS, Wipro, Infosys. So try it. I strongly recommend you to try it by your own. Don't refer to the solution. You will fail once, twice, thrice, or maybe 10 times. But you will be learning something new from every failure. So, if you want to grow, do it by yourself. The conditions I've already told you. I can just add here that you may use your modulus operator. Modulus operator returns remainder. For example, when 12 is divided by 2, the remainder is 0. Similarly, when 15 is divided by 2, the remainder is 1. See? So try it, and I'll tell the solution in the next video. So see you there. Thank you.